What if a single paragraph, just a short, honest paragraph, could stop your spiral and give you back one small choice in a day that feels out of control? Welcome to The Healing Pen, a podcast about the power of creative writing to help you process stress, reconnect with yourself, and write your way through burnout. I'm Corey Jonke, Amazon best-selling author, leadership coach, pharmacist, and someone who believes that sometimes the words we put on the page can help us heal the parts of ourselves we've been too busy to hear. If you've been carrying too much for too long, if you felt emotionally exhausted, disconnected, overwhelmed, or unsure how to make sense of what you're feeling, you are in the right place. This podcast is a space for reflection, honesty, healing, and hope. Each episode will explore how creative writing can help you slow down, tell the truth, process what hurts, and begin creating a better next chapter. You do not have to be a professional writer. You do not have to have the right words right away. You just have to be willing to begin. So take a breath, grab a pen, and let's start writing our way back to ourselves. This is The Healing Pen.
A few years ago, I was scheduled for a long, hectic day, meetings stacked back to back, a project that felt overdue, and a toddler who decided that particular morning he would refuse all naps. By mid-morning, my mind was racing. The list, the email I hadn't answered, the mistake I might have made. I could feel the spiral beginning, the tight chest, that tiny clench between my shoulder blades, the voice that said, if you fall behind now, everything will collapse. I ducked into my car for 2 minutes between meetings, took out a notebook, and wrote one paragraph. I didn't try to solve anything. I named what was happening. Tired, stretched thin, worried about the project. I gave myself a small boundary, not answering email for the next hour. I wrote one tiny next step, draft the project outline for 10 uninterrupted minutes at 2 p.m. It sounds small, and it was small, but that paragraph did two things. It stopped the chase, and it gave me something I actually could do. The tightness loosened enough to breathe. I returned to the meeting calmer, and later, because the plan was tiny and specific, I actually followed through. That paragraph didn't fix my life, but it interrupted the momentum of burnout long enough for me to make a different choice.
That moment is what this episode is about. The struggle many of us face isn't a single catastrophic thing. Often, it's a constant low-grade reactivity, autopilot decisions, reacting to whatever is loudest in the inbox, feeling like choices are being made for you. The danger of that state is subtle. You lose track of small agency. You stop choosing. You slip into a reactive rhythm that feeds exhaustion. Naming that tension, reactivity, autopilot, loss of choice, helps because it puts language to what's happening. Language gives you a place to step back. And that's where the pause paragraph comes in. A short 3-part time-boxed practice to name, boundary, and choose.
Okay, here's the core idea. The pause paragraph has 3 parts and should take no more than 5 to 10 minutes. Number 1, name what is happening. Be blunt and specific. I am exhausted and distracted, or I'm worried about the meeting and can't focus. Number 2, state one small boundary, a no that respects your limits. This is permission in a sentence. I will not check email for the next hour, or I'm saying no to additional commitments today. Choose one boundary only. Keep it tiny and enforceable. Number 3, choose one next tiny step. Not a grand plan, one doable action. I will write one paragraph for my report at 2 p.m. Or I'll take a 10-minute walk and then return to this. Why this works. Naming reduces the emotional intensity because it makes the inner noise legible. A boundary creates breathing room. It's permission to protect that breathing room. And a tiny next step restores agency. When you do one small thing, you start to rebuild momentum on your terms. Here are 2 quick examples. Morning. I'm waking up foggy and behind. I'm not answering Slack until 9 a.m. I'll spend 10 minutes listing 3 priorities. Midday. I'm carrying too many interruptions and can't focus. I'm closing my inbox for 45 minutes. I'll draft the intro of the report for 15 minutes. Notice the language. Simple, direct, and kind enough that you can actually write it down. You're not trying to be poetic. You're trying to be honest.
Before we try a time-boxed practice together, a quick safety note. Set a timer for the writing period, and if you feel overwhelmed at any point, stop. Take 3 full breaths, sip water, and return later if it feels safe. This tool is a gentle interrupt, not therapy, and if writing brings up deeper feelings you can't manage, please reach out to a mental health professional. Ready? Find a pen and something to write on, or open a fresh note. I'll guide you through a 7-minute pause paragraph practice. You can shorten or lengthen it, but I'll keep us compact so this feels doable even in a busy day. Set a timer for 7 minutes now. Minute 0 to 2. Name. Begin by writing one sentence that names what's happening inside you right now. Don't edit. Try something like, I am overwhelmed and my mind is scattered. Keep it simple. If you get stuck, ask, what phrase would I tell a close friend about how I feel right now? Minute 2 to 4. Boundary. Write one small boundary sentence. Make it specific and realistic. I will not respond to non-urgent messages for the next hour. Or, I am not adding new tasks to my list today. Keep the boundary short. This is permission, not negotiation. Minute 4 to 7. Next step. Choose one tiny immediate action. It could be, I will walk for 10 minutes, or I will write the first paragraph of the report for 12 minutes without editing. Make it doable and time-bound. When you finish, underline the step or put a star next to it so it's visible. If you have extra time, rewrite your paragraph as a single paragraph combining the 3 sentences. Name, boundary, next step. Read it aloud once. Notice how it changes your body or your breath. If it softens the tension even a little, you've given yourself what you needed to pause the spiral.
A few optional variations. Morning use can orient your day. Name the fatigue, set a boundary around email, pick one priority. Midday use can interrupt momentum and prevent escalation. End-of-day use can help you close the loop. Name what's stuck with you. Give one boundary to protect evening rest. Choose a tiny step to finish tomorrow. Remember, imperfect words are enough. You're not aiming for literature. You're giving yourself a tool. Write bluntly, then close the notebook. Observe what shifts, even if it's small. If you try this regularly, you'll start to notice patterns, the phrases you repeat, the boundaries that actually help, the tiny steps that make a difference. That pattern becomes data you can use to protect your time and energy more intentionally. You do not need perfect words. You just need honest ones. Be curious about what the paragraph reveals, not judgmental about how it looks on the page. Quick recap. The pause paragraph is 3 lines. Name, boundary, next step, and you can write it in 5 to 10 minutes anywhere. It interrupts reactivity, creates small breathing room, and gives you one concrete thing to do. If you want a downloadable template and a 1-week pause paragraph challenge to help you practice, head to CoreyJonkey.com/pause paragraph. If today's episode helped you even a little, please subscribe to The Healing Pen. Share this with someone who's carrying too much, and consider leaving a review. Those simple acts help this work reach more people. And one last line to leave you with. If you want a better life, you have to write yourself a better story. Thanks for spending this time with me on The Healing Pen. Before you go, here's your reminder. You do not have to have everything figured out to begin healing. Sometimes clarity comes after the writing, not before it. Until next time, take a breath, pick up the pen, and trust that even a few honest words can begin to change the story. I'll see you next time on The Healing Pen.